last part of chapter light, reflection and refraction, we have discussed about what is a light. Light is a form of energy, and without light we cannot see any objects. Then we have done about plane mirrors, property of plane mirrors. We have done two type of spherical mirror, concave mirror and a convex mirror. And I also explained you how to find the focus, principal focus of a concave mirror. So let us revise all these important terms which are related with the ray diagram of a spherical mirrors. So this is a concave mirror. It is again a spherical mirror. Let us revise the important terms only. The center of this spherical mirror, center of the reflecting part of this spherical mirror is called pole. This is our pole, and if we complete the circle, if we complete the sphere of this spherical part of the reflecting part of the spherical mirror, then its center is here. So this center of the sphere is called the center of curvature, and it can be represented by capital C. This is the center of curvature, and the distance between the center of curvature and the pole of the spherical mirror, this distance EP, this is called the radius of curvature, as it is a radius of sphere. This is the radius of the sphere. Okay, so this is radius of curvature from here to here. This is center of curvature. This is our pole, and the imaginary line from the pole, imaginary line passing from the pole to the center of curvature, this imaginary line is our principal axis. So this imaginary line is called our principal axis. Okay, this is pole, this is center of curvature. Now here we are having the principal focus. I told you in experiment how to find the principal focus. This is a point where a parallel beam of lights are converging after reflection in case of a concave mirror, and in case of convex mirror, our principal focus is on the back side of the mirror, because the lines, they appear to reflect, they appear to diverge from that point. That is the principal focus. And the distance between the pole and the principal focus, this distance, this is called focal length, and it is represented by small f. This is focal length. The distance between the principal focus and pole of the mirror is focal length. This is focal length, and R, radius of curvature, is 2 times of our focal length in case of the mirrors having this is aperture, children, this MN, this diameter of the spherical mirror is aperture. So for the mirrors having small apertures, or we can say thin lengths, for the mirrors having small apertures, radius of curvature is equal to 2 times f, 2 times focal length. Focal length is the distance between pole and focus, and R is the distance between principal focus and C. So these are the important terms which are related with the ray diagrams of spherical mirrors. Now let us discuss about the rules. So children, this is a concave mirror and this is a convex mirror. Okay, this part of the mirror is reflecting surface. This is a concave mirror. Its inner part is reflecting surface. This part is reflecting surface, and you have to draw like this. This is the rough surface of a concave mirror. In case of convex mirror, this outer bulging part is the reflecting surface. This is the reflecting surface, and this or here you have to draw the rough part, rough surface. Okay, so these are the two types of mirrors. Now, according to the first rule, we are discussing the basic rules to draw a ray diagram to find the image of an object. Okay, so for this we are having 4 basic rules. First is when a ray is, or we can say when an incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis. When an incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, this is our principal axis. So this is the incident ray. We have to put arrow like this incident ray is coming in this direction and it is incident to this reflecting surface of a concave mirror, then it will pass, then the reflected ray will pass through the focus of the mirror. It will pass through the focus of the mirror. This is first rule. When the incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray will go passing through the focus of the mirror. Okay, so this is the first part in case of a concave mirror. In case of convex mirror, as I have told you in the last video, that when we complete the circle, in case of convex mirror, its focus as well as its center of curvature is on the back side, of the mirror. Okay, so when a ray, but reflecting surface is here. Same thing, when a ray comes parallel to the principal axis, this is the incident ray and we have to put arrow like this, it will pass, reflecting ray will pass through the principal focus. But as it is on the back side of the mirror, we cannot draw this dark line. We have to draw this by a dotted line, imaginary line, like this. So when an incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through the principal focus of the convex mirror also. Imaginary line we have to draw. We assume that it is passing through the principal focus, and here we have to extend this line here. It will go like this. Okay. When a ray of light, when the incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through the principal focus of the convex mirror also, and we have to draw imaginary line here and we have to extend it here. So this is the reflected ray. Arrow should be here. Here arrow should be here, and in this case reflected ray arrow should be here. Okay, in both the cases also we have to take care that the laws of reflection will be followed here also. We can draw a normal from here. When we draw a normal from here, at the point of incidence, then the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is the angle of incidence between normal and incident ray, and this is the angle of reflection between the normal and the reflected ray. In this case also, when we draw the normal here at the point of incidence, this is the normal, this is our incident ray, this is angle of incidence, and this is angle of reflection. So laws of reflection will be followed here. This is the first rule. When the incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray will pass through the principal focus. So the second rule is, it is just opposite of the first rule. In the first rule we have done, when an incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis, then it will pass through the focus. In this rule, incident ray passes through the focus, then it will go, then the reflected ray will go parallel to the principal axis. It is opposite of first rule. So incident ray, this is the incident ray we have to draw here. It will pass through the focus and then it will strike the mirror. So in this way we can draw. This is our incident ray which passes through the focus, then it will go, then the reflected ray will go parallel to the principal axis. If the incident ray passes through the principal focus, and then the reflected ray will go parallel to the principal axis. Here also the rules, here also the law of reflection will be followed. When we draw a normal from the point of incidence, let us draw a normal. This is our incident ray. We have to put arrow like this. This is our reflected ray. This angle formed between the incident ray and the normal, this is angle of incidence, and angle formed between the reflected ray and the normal is angle of reflection. These two angles are equal. So in this rule also the law of reflection will be followed. This is in the case of a concave mirror. In the case of convex mirror, in the ray diagrams or the rules of convex mirrors are a bit difficult because here the focus as well as center of curvature, they are at the back side of the mirror. So the things are little bit difficult. So you have to practice a lot. You need to practice for doing all these ray diagrams. So here the case is when the incident ray passes through the principal focus. So incident ray comes from this side. It will pass through the focus, but we have to draw by a dotted line. We cannot draw a dark line. Here we can draw a dark line. This is the incident ray. This is the incident ray. It will pass through the focus of the mirror. Then it will go parallel to the principal axis. This is our principal axis. This is convex mirror. This is the incident ray. Here we have to draw dotted line. If it passes through the focus and here this is the reflecting surface of the convex mirror. So from here, from this point, it will go parallel to the principal axis. Here, arrow should be here. Here this is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray, and laws of reflection will be followed here also. So when we draw a normal from the point of incidence, if we draw a normal from the point of incidence, this is the point of incidence and this angle is angle of incidence and this angle is angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. It will be followed here also. So it is a bit difficult for you. This is convex mirror. When the incident ray passes through the focus, then from here at the point of incidence, it will go parallel to the principal axis. This is the second rule. The third rule is when the incident ray passes through the center of curvature and it strikes the mirror, then it will be reflected back in the same direction. When the incident ray passes through the center of curvature and it strikes the mirror, it will be reflected back in the same way, in the same path. Okay, so let us see here. So here this is the center of curvature and incident ray passes through the center of curvature and it will strike the mirror. So it should be like this. It's difficult to draw a straight line here without any scale. It should be like this. This is the incident ray. It passes through the center of curvature and it strikes the mirror. So one arrow should be in this direction. This is incident ray and reflected ray will be again in the same path. It will again follow the same path. This is because the incident ray strikes the mirror at normal to the mirror. This is the normal. It strikes the mirror at 90 degree to the reflecting surface of the mirror. So this is in the case of concave mirror. In the case of convex mirror, here again the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, then it will be reflected back in the same direction. Okay, so here we have to draw dotted lines because this is the back side of the mirror. So incident ray, like this we have to draw. This is the incident ray and here we have to draw dotted lines. It passes through the center of curvature and it strikes the mirror here. So one arrow should be here. This is the incident ray. And after passing through the center of curvature, it will be reflected back in the same direction. Other arrow should be here. This is for incident ray. This is for reflected ray. So both the rays are in the same direction in the third rule, where the incident ray passes through the center of curvature and then it strikes the mirror. This is because this incident ray is falling on the mirror at normal to the mirror. In the fourth rule, when the incident ray falls obliquely to the spherical mirror, then it is reflected obliquely. So let us see how it falls on the mirror. Incident ray falls obliquely at the pole of the mirror. When it is incident ray falls obliquely at the pole of the mirror, then it will be reflected back obliquely, and here also it will follow the law of reflection. This is the angle of incidence, angle formed between the incident ray. This is the incident ray, arrow should be here. This is normal to the pole at the point of incidence, and this is the reflected ray, arrow should be here. So this angle is angle of incidence, which is formed between incident ray and normal. This is the reflected ray. This angle is angle of reflection, which is formed between the reflected ray and the normal. So when an incident ray falls obliquely at the mirror, then it will be reflected obliquely only, and they will follow the laws of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. This is in the case of concave mirror. In the case of convex mirror also, when a ray of light, when the incident ray falls obliquely on the mirror like this, obliquely at the pole of the mirror, like that, this is incident ray, then it will be reflected obliquely. It will be reflected obliquely, and it will follow the rules of, it will follow the law of reflection also. This is angle of incidence and this is angle of reflection. Angle formed between incident ray and normal is angle of incidence. Angle formed between reflected ray and normal is angle of reflection. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So this is the fourth rule. So children, we are having 4 rules, and all these 4 rules you can get in the NCERT textbook also on page number 165 for the reference. You have to practice all these rules. So here we have seen 4 rules. So at a time we have to use any 2 rules. At a time, actually we are having a lot of rays coming from a source, from the object. We are having lot of rays, but it will create a lot of confusion. So we don't have to consider so many rays. We have to consider only 2 rays at a time. We have to take any 2 rays at a time, and where the 2 rays intersect, where the 2 reflecting rays intersect, that will be the image, that there will be our image formation of the object. So for finding the image formation of the object, we consider any 2 rules at a time, and where the 2 reflecting rays intersect, that will be our image formation. In the last part, I have explained you how to find the focus, how to find the principal focus of a concave mirror. This is a concave mirror. So let me show the ray diagram how to find the focus of a concave mirror. So we were finding the image of a object which is at infinity, that is the sun. So we have taken the sun. So our object is at infinity. So I have considered that this is object at infinity. Suppose the rays, incident rays, they are coming from infinity. So parallel rays are coming from the infinity like this. These are the parallel rays which are coming from the infinity, and they are striking the concave mirror. So these are incident rays. These parallel rays, they are coming from the infinity and they are striking the mirror, they are striking the concave mirror like this. These are the parallel rays. All these are incident rays. So when they strike the concave mirror, they will be reflected back according to our first rule. If the ray comes parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray will pass through the focus. Okay, so this is the parallel ray. If this is the incident ray, then this incident ray reflected ray will pass through the principal focus like this, and arrow will be here. Okay, if this is the incident ray, second one, then it will also pass through the principal focus, and This is our refracted ray. It will also pass through the principal focus. An arrow should be here. If this third one, if this is the incident ray and it strikes the concave mirror, then the reflected ray will also pass through the principal focus. An arrow should be here. And if this is the parallel incident ray, then it will also, after reflection, pass through the principal focus. An arrow should be here. Okay, so all the parallel rays from the sun, which is at infinity, all the parallel rays after striking the mirror, they will be reflected back and pass through the focus, principal focus, and we will have a point size image of the sun here. And this is the principal focus, or here the image which is found, it will be of point size, highly diminished. So according to this picture, the concave mirror is called converging mirror because all the parallel rays from the sun are converging at a single point, and that single point is our principal focus. So all the parallel rays from the sun, which is at infinity, they are converging at a single point. That's why we have seen that fumes are coming out from that point. And later on it starts burning. So the sunlight gets concentrated at a point. It gets converged, all the rays get converged. So this mirror, concave mirror is called a converging mirror. Converging mirror. In the case of convex mirror, we are having focus and center at the back of the mirror. So same way here also, a parallel beam of light will be incident on the mirror like this. Parallel beam of light will be incident on the mirror like this. This is our object, it is the sun, which is at infinity. From there, a parallel beam of light are incident on the convex mirror. So after striking the mirror, these are the parallel beam of light. After striking the mirror, they all pass through the focus, but focus is on the back side of the mirror. So we have to draw the dotted lines. Focus is at the back of the mirror. So here also we have to draw dotted lines like this. This is the incident ray. When it gets reflected, it passes to the focus and it will appear like this. This is our reflected ray. This is the imaginary line because this is at the back side of the mirror, and this is our reflected ray. So when this parallel ray comes from the source which is at infinity, it will pass through the focus like this and it will emerge here. When this parallel line, which is parallel to the principal axis, when it is incident here, it will again pass through the focus like this, and from this point it will emerge like this arrow. So when the parallel ray is when we consider this parallel line, which is incident ray, it will also pass through the focus like this according to our first rule, and it at the point of incidence it will be reflected like this. So in this picture we can see that all these reflected rays which we can see, they appear to diverge from at a point which is the principal focus. They appear to diverge from the principal focus of the convex mirror. This is the convex mirror. So all these reflected rays are diverging from a point which is a principal focus. So this mirror, convex mirror, is called diverging mirror. This is called diverging. Okay. Our concave mirror is called a converging mirror because it converges the reflected rays at a point, and the convex mirror is called a diverging mirror. It diverges all the reflected rays. They are diverging from a point which is a principal focus. So children, this is all about the rules and converging and diverging mirror. Thank you for watching.